Hey, what's up guys, it's Jonathan here, back with another public stock portfolio update. So as usual, we're going to do a quick recap of how the market moved this week. Then we're going to do a public account recap, and we'll check in on the progress of the AMC challenge. And then we'll discuss a couple important things that I think you should watch out for. So with all of that said, let's get right into it. To recap how the market went this week, the week started off really well with us seeing a strong run in the market on Monday and early Tuesday. But midday Tuesday, we started to see the market revert back to the level that opened on Monday. Then at the open on Thursday, all the way till the end of the week, we saw the market go on a pretty significant run. So for a week, the market was up a little over 1%. And we'll discuss the reason for that midweek dip later on in this video. So now moving on to the moves I made in the public account this week. And as usual, if you guys want to see me make these moves real time, check me out on public. I have a link down below where if you sign up using that link, you can get a free stock worth up to $70 on public. So currently we're still in the heart of earnings season. The nice thing about earnings season, you can see a rapid sell-off in a certain stock based off of how they did in earnings. And this creates really great buying opportunities if you're looking to open a position or add to one. And out of all the earnings that we got this past week, one of the most disappointing ones that we got, we actually have to go to Hood to get it. And not any Hood, Robinhood. Robinhood had a really disastrous earnings. Their net revenue dropped by 55% compared to last quarter. And for the most part, this was pretty expected given that last quarter was when we had the Dogecoin run and we had all those transactions happening. Not too surprising, but it is still lower than what we thought. Even though that played into the 10% drop that we saw after earnings, there's a more significant earnings number that we got that was even more scary than that. That was that the amount of active users on the platform dropped by 13%. What you have to realize with Robinhood is that it's valued like a growth company. When we see active user numbers decline, that can really scare off a lot of investors. So like I said, the stock dropped about 10% on Tuesday after the market closed. So that very next morning, I decided to use the $10 for this week to start a position in Robinhood. And I bought it about a little under $35 a share. And the reason why I did this is that even though they had a really rough Q3 earnings, I think that Robinhood is still a very strong company. And I think that long term, they're going to do very well. At this point, I've probably used 8 or 7 different stock brokerages. And honestly, in my opinion, one of my favorite ones to use is Robinhood. They make it very simple for you to buy shares. And you don't have to necessarily do the math to figure out how much fractional shares you need to buy. You could just go in there and say, hey, I want to buy $500 of this stock. And it'll just buy it for you. I did invest more into Hood inside this account and in my private accounts as well. So I saw the comments from the last video, and it seems like an overwhelming majority of you guys want me to start buying crypto in public. Given that Bitcoin is still touching all-time highs, I most likely won't be buying any more crypto for the time being. But at the time of this recording, I saw that Cardano just fell under $2. I may consider adding to that position once I'm done filming this video. But if you want to know if I bought it or not, you're going to have to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified when I post the next public portfolio update. So let's now hop into my iPad and let's recap how the portfolio did this week. So currently the portfolio sits at $93.79. And so far since we opened this portfolio, it has gone up by $13.79, or about 17.25%. And like I said, we haven't bought any crypto into it, only stocks. So let's take a look at the portfolio. So we have Enphase here. Enphase has been on an absolute tear this past week. Currently in this portfolio, it sits at $25.40 and makes up a little under 30% of the entire portfolio. And so far, it's gained about $8.40, or almost 50% of our initial investment. The next position that we have in this portfolio is VTI. Now, I've talked about this in previous updates, but again, VTI, that's where I like to keep my brokerage cash. So again, I'm willing to sell off this position to go and buy individual stocks. But because a part of this challenge is to buy something every single week, this is what I've decided to buy for the past 2 weeks. So I may be breaking open this piggy bank if we see some more opportunities come up in the near future. So for VTI, right now it currently sits at $20.36. And that's a 36-cent gain, or about a little under 2%. It currently makes up a little under 22% of the portfolio. Next position we have here is Tesla. Tesla, just like Enphase, has been on absolute tear recently. And currently we have $15.13 invested into Tesla. So far this position has gained $5.13, or a little over 50%. And currently makes up about 16% of the portfolio. The next position we have here is, like I just talked about, is a position that we just opened into Robinhood. Currently set at $10 and a penny, and it's earned a penny so far. And it currently makes up a little under 11% of the portfolio. The next position that we have is Lemonade. This is a position I may end up adding to, especially if I see it go down any further. We currently have $9.62 in this position, and this position has lost 38 cents so far. But again, Lemonade right now, they're not a profitable company, and most people on Wall Street don't expect it to be profitable for about the next 3 to 4 years. So this is definitely a very long-term play. This position makes up a little over 10% of the portfolio. So the next position we have is Google, or Alphabet, and currently it sits at $8.35. And this position has grown about 39 cents, or a little under 5% so far. And it currently makes up a little under 9% of the portfolio. Then the last position that we have is Amazon. Currently we have $4.86 into Amazon. And so far the position has lost 12 cents, a little under 2.5%. And it currently makes up a little over 5% of the entire portfolio. So overall, the portfolio is doing very well. Like any portfolio, there will be winners and losers. And honestly, it doesn't matter because this, again, is a long-term portfolio. We're going to buy and hold this for long term. We're not trying to swing trade this or anything like that. Everything in this portfolio is a long-term hold. To give you guys an update on the AMC challenge, like I've said before, I bought 4 shares of AMC at $37 a share. Currently, AMC is sitting at $35.60, so it's down about 3.75%, or about $5.60. And like I've said before, I do plan on holding this position until at least the end of the year. So let's see what happens in the meantime. So some important things I think we should watch out for. So when it comes to inflation, I honestly think the market really doesn't care anymore. And I think that's why we're starting to see a lot of these tech stocks start to take off. Especially given that we've heard the Fed start to shift their position a little bit more, that inflation isn't transitory, but it's going to be longer lasting than what they expected. And they're more willing to take action to try to curb inflation. And I think that since we're on the topic of inflation, a great segue is into the infrastructure bill. So currently, like I've said before, the physical infrastructure bill is basically a done deal. Currently, what's kind of being negotiated right now is a social infrastructure bill. And I believe that it has been revised down to about a $2 trillion bill. I think initially it was supposed to be $3.5 trillion. And currently there's been some talk about enacting a minimum corporate tax into the $2 trillion bill. That'll offset some of the cost of the bill. And this news of a minimum corporate tax rate has caused some chest pain in the market on Tuesday and Wednesday. And this minimum corporate tax is making it a little bit harder to get this bill passed. And I think that there's a very low chance that this will actually make it through the bill, especially given that the House actually delayed voting on this bill because of that clause in there. They wanted to do a little bit more research to see how that would affect the economy and what the long-term impacts would be of that. So that is something that you should look out for if you do see any news on that. That will greatly affect markets because it'll definitely affect expected future earnings. If we see a higher tax burden for corporations, we'll probably see stocks pull back a little. So another thing to watch out for too is the FOMC meeting. That is actually happening this week. Again, like I said before, we are expecting the Fed to announce their tapering plans. And the general consensus is that that the Fed is going to start tapering this coming month. And they're going to finish their tapering by the middle of next year. And also another great thing about the FOMC meeting, it also lets us see what the Fed is thinking and how they plan to react to some of the things they are seeing in the market. So it is something that if you are a stock investor, you really should look out for as well. So that's basically it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and it helps push this video out to as many people as possible. Also, let me know what you guys think about the market right now. Do you think that it will continue to run the way it has, or do you think we're going to start to see a pullback? Let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you guys. And as always, if you guys want to see me make trades real time, check me out on Public. I'll have a link in the description where if you use that link to sign up, you'll get a free stock worth up to $70. So if you're interested, check it out. Also, I just created a Discord channel where we can talk all things about real estate investing, stock investing, the markets, and cryptocurrency. And I'll leave a link for that in the description below as well. So if you are interested, check it out. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.